Hello, everyone. I hope all is well with you. Today is Saturday, September 28th, 2024. It is 12 p.m., so it's noon, just turned noon, and the weather is almost 70 degrees. I feel like it's high 60s right now, but I think the highest it will be today is 70. So it's been cloudy, and I think it was raining this morning, but I'm having a good day so far. So, as promised, if you were my live yesterday, I talked about reading the post that I shared on my community tab from the School of Life. So the School of Life YouTube channel, they made a post called "Those of Us Who Don't Expect Kindness and Love." I'm going to read that because it's relatable, and I'm sure some of you can relate to it as survivors of abuse. I'm sure you can relate to this. I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to have like my opinion, and just I'm going to let you know how I feel about it. So I'm going to read it. Those of us who don't expect kindness and love. Some of us appear to have an above average talent for finding ourselves in unfulfilling relationships. Our unions might begin with a lot of hope, but in time, problems set in, a lack of affection, an absence of intimacy, and emotional chill affairs. When these issues rear their heads, most of us would know to think that however lovely the start might have been, it is time to leave. And fairly fast, someone who has messed us around as the partner has, or been as cold or as sadistic, does not deserve a second or indeed any chance. But for others, let me say it again, but for others of us, this is when we begin to show our distinctive colors. Hope springs eternal. Yes, the partner may presentingly be somewhat disappointing, but soon they may recover. Admittedly, they have become hugely unkind in many ways, but they apologized nicely last week before repeating their offense. And so there is a decent chance we believe that things will be on an upswing over the longer term. To outside observers, the faith that we have in our partner can appear quasi religious. Why do you keep giving our unreliable companion so much leeway? Why do we hope against hope? Why don't we cut our losses right now and leave? Why are we so convinced that with just a little more effort in our part, one more discussion, one more long email sent in the early hours, everything will alter? Furthermore, perhaps why do we keep assuming that we have done something wrong, and that it is primarily our role to apologize and make amends? The explanation is that we grew into hopeful people not by choice, but of necessity. We almost certainly spend our childhoods in circumstances where we had no option but to become enormous believers in our parents and simultaneously enormous doubters of ourselves. When little, we could not afford to think that our parents were simply disappointing, wounded people with whom we should not interact too much and walk away. We were 4 years old, so we did what children of unfulfilling parents always do. We started to think ill of ourselves. Ooh, I lost my reading. Where am I? Yeah, we started to think ill of ourselves. We developed a genius for wondering what was wrong with us and for assembling complicated and overly generous explanations for the bad behavior of others. We evolved in an expectant stance towards whatever morsel of love our parent might throw our way. We became excited by deprivation. All day they might have been ill-tempered and cruel to us, perhaps at nightfall. They might say something sweet and ruffle our hair. This became the most exciting and appalling game of our lives. As adults, we continue to be addicted to this tension. It has been, I'm sorry, it has come to seem that this is what love is. The painting continuous expectation that an unfulfilling person might be abruptly turn around. I'm sorry, an unfulfilling person might abruptly turn around and be nice to us again. Love is waiting for someone who has one slightly kind to resume their interest. Pause for a second, you all. I'm pausing for a second. Pause for a second, everyone. Hello, Akan Seleka says, wait, it's not night. I'm trying to text my daughter about something, so pardon me for the pause. I'm still reading. So if you guys are wondering when I'm reading, I shared a community post. I shared a post on my community tab, and so I'm reading that. All right. All right. So as adults, bye, Icon. Thank you for coming in. As adults, we continue to be addicted to this tension. It has come to seem that this is what love is, the painting, continuous expectation that an unfulfilling person might abruptly turn around and be nice to us again. Love is waiting for someone who has once slightly kind to resume their interests. Let me say it again. Love is waiting for someone who was once slightly kind to resume their interest. It doesn't strike us that love might actually be something quite different, simpler and less tortured, an ongoing, reliable exchange of mutually respectable sympathy and gentleness. And it is not this that we should leave at once. Indeed, if we have the troubled fortune to meet a reliable soul, we will probably respond to them with a feeling of nausea and bewilderment and flee in shorts, perhaps back to the last unfulfilling partner. The toll we pay in terms of wasted years is lamentable, whereas others among us can enjoy calm, kindly relationships. We will get locked into exhausting scenarios with perturbed individuals who very subtly mess us around, who say one thing and do another, who don't give us physical affection or blow hot and cold, who may be having affairs and keeping promises to change and don't. And the worst is that for all of our suffering, this somehow excites us. This keeps us on our toes. This feels like what we need to keep doing. We know nothing else. We have to start to believe that our childhoods never allowed us to think. Some people need to be giving up on. Certain seemingly ordinary and good people are in fact very damaged and will hurt and bully those around them. Some people with a few lovely qualities to them will, considered in the round, work in entirely negative effects on our lives. It's not our role to keep second guessing unfulfilling people, to spin elaborate stories as to why they might be doing what they do. We don't need to think more about their psychology than they care to. We need to look very closely at what they do, not what they might be as they are. And conversely, despite our nausea, we don't need to keep holding it against certain others that they are kind. There is nothing wrong with them for being sweet. There is something very sad about our past that we are so easily sickened by their manner. If this sounds like us, we urgently need to tell ourselves that the person who has maltreated or is maltreating us will never change. Our boundless hope that they might is not rooted in any reality. It's the legacy of a childhood which obligated us to keep faith with people who no free person should ever have to keep faith with. There is one and only one criterion that determines whether we should be with someone, whether or not they are kind to us. If they were but are no longer, we need to leave. If they are only a small percentage of time, we need to leave. If they show a promise of kindness but no delivery, we need to leave. We need to break our addiction to a suffering that we were not owed then, and definitely don't deserve now. So this is a good read. Let me show y'all. This is from the School of Life. Great post. It's a very long post, but it's worth reading if you are a survivor of childhood abuse and you learn to accept the bare minimum from your parents and family, and you do the same in your relationships. Okay? That was so deep to read because it's like facts on facts on facts. I stayed in so many unfulfilling relationships because that's all I knew. I only knew torture, I only knew pain. And so, to the ordinary person, they will look at me like, why are you staying with this person? Why are you tolerating it? That's all I knew, basically like Stockholm syndrome. You identify with your abuser, you feel sorry for them, you have sympathy for your abusers. Like the post was saying, like your parents would give you pain and also they would give you little glimpse of hope with being nice to you. And that's how we learn to accept the bare minimum in abuse from our partners. And our partners are looking at us like we're crazy because it's like, I'm mistreating this person. They're still staying. They're still tolerating it. The more you stay with an abusive partner, the more abusive they'll get. People are not going to all of a sudden wake up and say, you know what, I've been treating her like crap, I'm going to do better. People treat you the way you allow them to treat you. It's wrong what they're doing. They're totally wrong. But if you keep accepting the bare minimum, if you keep accepting hot and cold, no consistency, verbal, physical, mental abuse, like they're going to keep doing it. It's not going to get any better. So that's why it's very important for us to heal from our childhood wounds, because we'll recognize our faults. We'll recognize our triggers, and we'll recognize the poor qualities in people that we shouldn't be gravitating to. We can't keep giving people chances. I Can Select says, "We're the moon. Why I see sun?" I actually don't see any sun. It's cloudy today. And it's not moon because it's not nighttime. It's 12:13 p.m. So it's in the daytime. So you're not going to see it. If anybody is a survivor of childhood abuse, definitely keep that post handy. Share it, read it, frame it, whatever you need to do. It's important to keep this in mind, okay? So it was on my page. Let me show you. I shared it on my page recently. Okay. That's what I was reading. But it's just, sometimes you look back at your past and you're like, man, I really was tolerating like the bare minimum, mediocre, just bottom of the barrel behavior from people. And look, like in hindsight, you look like a fool, but you didn't know any better. And to the outside person, you look like a fool accepting abuse and like accepting the bare minimum. But you were just holding on to that little glimmer of hope that the abusers were giving you. Again, like the post said, you learned that from your parents. You learned that in childhood. We have to break away from that. Abuse is not love. It's not. It's exactly what it is, abuse. And we got to stop giving people grace. Let them heal on their own separate time. You don't have to wait on people to change, because they're probably not going to change. Especially that you've been allowing them to abuse you for years and years. That's just who they are. That's in their nature, and it's not about you. They have their own inner problems that they need to work on. And it's not your job. We've had no choice but to tolerate our parents' abusive behaviors as children. But now that once you're an adult, it's time for us to try to break away from that and know you didn't deserve it, and know that you do need to heal. And you deserve better. There's nothing wrong with you. People who choose to be abusive towards you, something is wrong with them. And don't take it personally. The way people treat you, says more about them than it does about you. Always remember that. So, sometimes I feel like we internalize everything. We're like, oh, why me? Why did they do that to me? That person has issues. And you need to truly, like the post was saying, distance yourself from it. So once I saw that post, I really loved it. I'm probably going to just, I might even print that out. It's very long. Icon select. Are you okay? What's going on? Where are you located? What country are you in? Are you in the USA? What country? I am in the USA. Okay. I don't know what you're doing, but anyway, if you're not subscribed, icon select, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. My channel is Why Are Humans Like This? And I try to share stories of abuse survivors. I am a survivor of childhood abuse. And it's a lifelong journey, when your entire childhood was just filled with abuse, dysfunction, toxic environment. It takes a long time to break free from that. When you're young, when your mind is young, when your brain is still developing, that's like such a crucial time. So when it's filled with nonsense and abusive behaviors, it truly changes your personality. And you have to work hard to get back to you, to get back to your original self, who you really are, and love and embrace your child within. And that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been working on. And that's the goal of my channel, just to continue to grow and learn and try to help others. I hope everyone is doing well, and I hope that you're taking time for yourself today. I hope you are planning to do some self-care today. I did get a massage earlier, and it was much needed. I've been trying again to just, look at those pretty birds, to get monthly massages. It's very important to get some type of self-care and take time for you. But I love massages. It's just that touch of massage is so healing. It's so healing. And it's so needed for sore muscles. And like, especially when you are a survivor of abuse, you tend to have a lot of anxiety issues. And so you're always tense. So you need someone to knead out that stress, knead out that tension. And so if you're able to, definitely sign up to get a massage on a regular basis. Physical, massage. I don't know, some people call it different things in different countries. But I'm probably going to stay on for only 2 more minutes, but I really appreciate anyone who's in the live, and anyone tune in, anyone who's watching the replay. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Like I said before in my live yesterday, I will post a video next week about an abuse survivor, and I will continue to go live often, and I will try to go live again later in the next few hours before darkness falls, before it gets dark. But I do have some things to take care of. I'm always on mommy duty. Got to take care of home, make sure my children are doing good. Icon select says 2 view now. I'm trying to show you the view. Let me zoom in a little bit. And I don't want to go. Look at some of the birds. The birds are just... I love nature. It's so beautiful. Nature can be scary, but it is beautiful. Listen to that. Listen to this. If you haven't liked the live, please do. I'm not gonna show my face, Akan. I don't even see your face in the profile picture. I don't. There's plenty of faceless YouTube channels, and they, everyone is not into showing their face. Just see the scenery, see my view from where I'm looking. I look like a human being. I'm a woman. Just imagine a woman, and imagine whatever woman you want to picture in your mind. That's what I look like. Okay. Just use your imagination. I feel like social media has us obsessed with aesthetic and looks and perfection and whatever, and we don't use our imagination anymore. So use your imagination. Look at those birds. They're just all chirped up on the top. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 5. Yeah, it's 5 birds. 5 birds. All right. Well, I hope everyone is having a good day. Hope you continue to have a good day. Please like the live. I'll appreciate it. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Support my channel. Jayanta says, hi, yes, I remember you. You were the newlywed, right? How's that going? How's the spouse doing? I hope you're doing well today. I'm just bird watching. Jayanta says, yep, that's you. I'm just hanging out on my patio again, like I do always. Talking to you all. I was just reading a post. I had shared a post on my community tab recently. And it's beautifully, written. It's talking about just why we accept abusive relationships, and it all started in our childhood. We accepted, for those of us who had abusive parents, we learned to accept abuse from them, and that's why we accepted abusive partners. So it's very important to recognize that. It's very important to heal. It's not morning anymore, Jayanta. Yeah, the view is pretty nice. It is 12:22 p.m. So just bird watching. Now more than ever, I realized I needed my tripod up in here. I could just sit it here. You guys could watch the nature go by. But before you know, I will have it. Everything in due time. Like, we're all not going to have everything at the same time as everybody else. Like, comparing your life to other people is very unhealthy. Like, constantly compare. Yes, you could compare something like, oh, what does she have? But to like, oh, she has that and I don't have that, or they have that and they're doing this and I'm not doing that yet. Like, mental health is very important. Mental health affects your speed in life. Where somebody have done, like, accomplished so many things by a certain age, some people are still working on the first step. So you can't compare your life to other people, because everyone has had a different experience. Everyone has had a different upbringing. So somebody might be on level 10 in life and you're only on level 2. Pace yourself. You'll get there. You know what I'm saying? You'll get there. Just believe and keep going. And you have to, like, truly think positive. You got to visualize yourself accomplishing that goal, and you have to take the steps to do it. Icon says, hey, where'd the moon? There's no moon out. I don't see a moon. It's daytime right now. So Jayanta says it is 9:53 p.m. here. Are you going to go to bed soon? All right, I'm going to end the live, but okay, so Jayanta says, no, not now. I have work to do. Okay, we'll get the work done, and I hope you don't overwork yourself. Do what you can. Take breaks. Okay, just do the best you can. I hope you continue to have a good night. Icon, thanks for joining the live. I hope you have a great day. If you're not subscribed already, please do. I will go live again later, most likely. Most likely I'll go live again in the next few hours before the darkness hits, where you guys can still see outside and not just looking at the darkness. All right, I'm going to end the live, and I thank everyone who came in. I appreciate you. Thanks so much for watching.